All right, good day everyone. In this video, I'm going to be explaining the difference between a cross and isolated and how to use it, when to use it. So this particular trade now, this is the demo account, and as you can see now, this particular trade is a BTC, BTC chart. It is on cross already, so I can change it from here to isolated. So let me explain isolated. Isolated simply means that, take for instance, you are having this balance in your account. You're having this balance in your account, or whatever balance you're having in your account, and you want to trade futures. It is on isolated. So whatever you are risking, this is this is uh, this is our available balance here. This is our available balance here, and we want to enter a trade. Now I drag this particular period. Maybe I want to risk 10% of my available balance. Now if I want to risk 10% of this available balance here, you can see as I am dragging this particular place, you can see that the USDT is moving. So what to pay attention to here is, you are going to first pay attention to this one here, and then these two, which is quantity and cost. At the front of that quantity and cost, you are going to see something like this, which is what you are going to pay attention to. So as I am dragging this up and down, you can see that they are moving. Now let me explain it. So if it is on 10%, take for instance it is on 10%, this one you are seeing here represent the quantity of what you're going to get based on the leverage that you use. And remember, we are using 100x leverage. It is on isolated. So the quantity is what you are going to get, which is 732,876. Quantity of what you are going to order. Do you understand? However, we are having 81,000 here as our balance, and we are using 10%. How to know what you are risking is this cost. So you can see cost here, cost, and you can see 8,130. Do you understand? So this is what it will cost us. This is what they are going to charge us based on the available balance that we have. So this 8,130 that you are seeing here, which is this one, 8,130 that you are seeing here, simply means that if we enter either long or short position, that is what we are risking, which is the 10% of the available total balance of 81,390. So if we make a profit of 100%, we already make 8,190. If we make a profit of 100%, it means we have made a profit of 8,190. Do you understand? Now, if we make a loss of 100%, we are going to lose, because it is on isolated, we are going to lose this cost, which is 8,130. Do you understand? So if the trade is going on and we have -1, -2%, -3%, and it keep on going like that till it gets to -100%, we are going to receive a letter from whatever exchange we are using that our position has been liquidated. Do you understand? Our position has been liquidated. So that's how isolated works. So if I enter this trade now and I click on sell, I enter the position, I click on sell, the position is going to start. You can see now this particular position is running. Now immediately I have a negative balance of -100%. Is going to liquidate our position. Do you understand? It's going to liquidate our position. If we make a profit of 100%, we are going to have a positive addition balance to our equity of what we risk, which is a profit of 8,000 plus. Do you understand? So that's how isolated works. You are isolating what you risk, which is the cost of what you risk, which I have shown you here, where you are going to check the cost. You are going to check the cost here. Do you understand? So if you are setting it on isolated and the trade goes against you, that cost is what you are going to lose at the end of the day. It is very simple. That cost, immediately it gets to that point, that cost is going to liquidate your position. However, let us use cross and explain. I'm going to close this position now. Now, still on isolated, you know that you are risking a particular amount. The reason why you are going to get liquidated very fast is because it is very fast to hit -100. It is very fast for your trade to go from -1, -2 to -100. That is why it is very fast to get liquidated, and it is very fast to make 100% profit. Do you understand? That is on isolated, because you isolate that particular amount of money to trade. So it is very fast to hit 100% on that particular cost which you are risking. Do you understand? Likewise, if you are using cross, it is not so. Now let me put this trade on cross. Let me change it to cross. I change this to cross now. If I change this to cross, it means that I am not isolating any fund. Do you understand? I am not isolating any fund. Now if I want to trade, if I want to trade based on cross now, I want to risk 10%. You can see the cost of that 10%. The cost of that 10% is giving us 18,000. Now if I enter this trade now, I enter a short position on this particular trade. If the trade is going against me, immediately it gets to maybe -100%. Unlike isolated, that you are going to get liquidated when it gets to -100, it is going to cross over to your balance, which is the available balance here. It's going to cross over to this available balance, and it will start servicing that trade with your available balance. Do you understand? It will start servicing that trade with your available balance. That is why you can have -200%, -300%, -400%, and so on like that, up to -1000%. You cannot have -200% if you are using isolated. Immediately you get to -100%, it's going to liquidate that position. Do you understand? So that's the difference between isolated and cross. However, on isolated, if a trade is going against you, you can add to the position. You can add to the position. Take for instance, this trade is on isolated and I am having -100%. I can just add little. Do you understand? Because I risk 10%, I can just add another position, do you understand, of 10% to that trade, so that I am going to do dollar cost averaging, and it's going to reduce my chances of getting liquidated. So you keep on adding position to, because you use isolated, so you can keep on, instead of unlike cross, that automatically they are going to be using your remaining balance to service that trade. If you are using isolated, you will be the one to service your trade yourself manually. Do you understand? So maybe for instance now you get to -80%. You are using isolated and you get to a loss of -80%, and you see that okay, the trade is still going and you don't want that position to get liquidated. You can come here and add to the position. You can add another 10% to that position. So if you add another 10% to the position, it's going to reduce the chances of getting to 100% and getting liquidated. It's going to reduce that chance. So that's the difference between isolated and cross. On cross, automatically they are going to be taken from your balance to service your trade. If you get to -100%, that means you are in a negative balance of what you the negative balance of what you risk on that trade, and it's going to cross over to your balance and start servicing that trade based on your available balance. But on isolated, if you isolate, take for instance now you are now using a margin of 10%, which cost you maybe like $20,000. Immediately you get to minus 100%, they are going to liquidate that position and that money is gone. Do you understand? So that's the difference. If you do not understand, let me know.